vocal music of the Romantic period. What is vocal music? Vocal music is one of the best tools for expressing one's feelings and emotions. A kind of music performed by one or more singers with or without accompaniment in which singing provides the main focus of the piece. Vocal music is music that uses and emphasizes the human voice. The vocal forms of music, like the art song and operas about fantasy, romance, supernatural, and nature, are the mirror of the human heart. There are four types of vocal music. The first one is art song, next is opera, next is folk, and the last is popular songs. Art song, or what is often referred to as lieder, is the most important vocal form developed during the Romantic period. These songs are very expressive for solo voice with piano accompaniment. Franz Schubert and Johannes Brahms are the famous composer of the lieder. Opera grew to be more elaborate and grand, the most important source of musical expressions. The composers preferred serious and tragic subjects rather than comic storylines. Richard Wagner is the well-known composer of the period. Folk and popular songs developed throughout one's country. The songs are generally had themes of both work, love of the land, and leisure. Vocal music requires singers to perform a greater range of tone, color, dynamics, and pitch.
Famous opera composer of Romantic period. Franz Peter Schubert, an Australian composer and who developed lieder, which is the German word for song. He was also known as the earliest master of Romantic art song. His music consists of over 600 secular vocal works, 7 complete, sacred music and a large body of chamber, and piano music Schubert's imaginative harmonies and dissonances provide some of the most poetic moments in music. His famous vocal works later are Erlkönig, Elang Piesang III or Ave Maria, Gretchen am Spinrad, Swanenge Song or Swan Song. Joseph Verdi was an Italian and the most popular composer of opera. He composed music not only for the elite but for the mass public whose main entertainment was opera. The soul of Verdi's opera is expressive vocal melody. His much acclaimed works are La Traviata, Otello, Rigoletto, and Aida, which he wrote from the opening of Suez Canal.
Giacomo Puccini was born on December 22, 1858 in Lucca, Italy, and he died on November 29, 1924 in Brussels, Belgium. He was an Italian composer who started the operatic trend toward realism with his popular works, which are among the most often performed in opera history. But the fame and fortune that came with such successes as La Boheme, Madama Butterfly, and Tosca were complicated by an often troubled personal life. Richard Wagner was born on May 22, 1813 in Leipzig, Germany, and he died on February 13, 1883 in Venice, Italy. He was one of the world's most influential and controversial composers. He is famous for both his epic operas, including the four-part 18-hour Ring Cycle, as well as for his anti-Semitic writings, which posthumously made him a favorite of Adolf Hitler. There is evidence that Wagner's music was played at the Dachau concentration camp to educate the prisoners. Wagner had a tumultuous love life, which involved several scandalous affairs.
And the last composers of the Romantic period is Georges Bizet. Georges Bizet was a French composer and pianist of the Romantic era who was best known for his opera Carmen, which has become one of the most popular performed works in the entire opera repertoire. His famous works are Habanera, The Raider Song, Carmen, Fantasy, The Chanson de la Rose, and he died from angina at age of 36. And for the components of the opera is libretto, score, recitative, and aria. Libretto is the text of an opera. Score, notation showing all parts of a musical ensemble with a separate stop for each part used by the conductor. And recitative is a vocal line in an opera, oratorio, or cantata that imitates the rhythms and pitch fluctuations of speech, often serving to lead into an aria. Aria is a song for a solo voice with orchestral accompaniment found in operas, oratorios, and cantatas. And the types of voices of singers for male voice and for female voice. For male voice is tenor. Tenor, which is the highest male voice, and the baritone, which is the middle male voice. The bass is the lowest male voice. For female voice is soprano. Soprano is the highest female voice. Coloratura, highest soprano voice. Lyric, bright and full sounds. Dramatic is darker full sounds. And mezzo soprano, that is the tone is darker or deeper than soprano. And the last is contralto, which is the lowest female voice.